He was right there. I tell you what I love about his situation. He wrote a note on his steering wheel of his car that he was going to be the national champion that year, and he put it out there when he was able to go ahead. The tattered note is out there on the steering wheel of his car. You know, like it is today, like 20 degrees at State College, and weathered all that. It was really kind of fun to watch.
And Megaludis went third, seconds, and then got it done. I believe he beat Thomas Gilman to win that title. 184, Dylan Fishback. Wrestling Rocco Welsh. Rocco Welsh ranked #1. Of course, Rocco coming to State College from Columbus in 2024, then as a true freshman. He wrestled Carter Storaci of Penn State in the national final. That was a 2-0 final. Welsh 15-0, 9 bonus point victories from Waynesburg, Pennsylvania. 4-time finalist, 2-time state champ at Waynesburg Central. And Dylan Fishback coming to Columbus from NC State.
Rocco had quite a run there for the Buckeyes there, making it to the finals, and yeah, he was just a tough guy, you know.
Still is.
Well, of course he is. He's even tougher now because he's got a lot of, you know, he's starting to see his technique. I think he's a really good scorer. I mean, we've seen him be able to go ahead and attack both sides of the body. And, you know, Fishback, guy that keeps good position out there, the transfer from NC State, I believe he's ACC champion.
Fell in the blood round in both 2024 and 2025, coming off a win over Gabe Arnold. He beat the Hawkeye 4-1. Four of his 5 losses are in overtime. His other loss was to Brock Mantanona of Michigan. We had that match here on the Big Ten Network a couple of weeks ago. Gave up that late takedown in the final seconds to drop the match 4-1.
That was one of the strangest takedown situations. He was in a scramble, looked like you know, he's going to win that scramble, and Mantanona just ended up at the top position and did a little mat return at the edge of the mat and wins the match in overtime. It's crazy.
Mentioned that run that Welsh went on. He was 3rd at the Big Tens and then was a 6th seed and made the national final. Here's Fishback. Good opportunity here for the Buckeye in a single leg.
Yep, he's got that hips up there, trying to go ahead scoop. He scores and covers the hips.
Rocco Welsh in dual meets taken down for just the 4th time this season. 3-0 for Dylan Fishback. Looking for a mat return there on the edge. 1:20 remaining in the first period as Fishback remains in control.
Look at the job he does here when he gets to his feet right away. All right, watch him pop his hips in, right? He's walking with his hips, arches his hips in like that to be able to go ahead and get this trip, gets him bouncing and covers the hips. Really
Fishback
well done.
From Aurora, Ohio. Ohio State bench cheering on the 8th ranked 184-pounder.
Good mat return. Rocco coming back up, now sweeping the other direction. You know, this doesn't seem like much, Shane, but you know, you get 3 or 4 of these, all of a sudden you've got, 30 seconds of riding time. You know that, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Those are the things, Jim, and I've learned a lot from listening to you, of course, but it's those little things that are not easy, by the way, that take some grit and toughness, technique, of course, but those are the little things that win big matches. The quick escapes, finishing periods on top, scoring first, maintaining good position, knowing what the score is, how many cautions, what's the mat awareness.
Yep, and right now with those front trips, he's tried, you know, it's not just the same type of return as well. He's sweep both directions. Now he's burning a little clock here at the edge. Great start to this match for Fishback.
Riding time at 57 seconds.
Maybe a lot to ask, boy, but if he could finish in the top position.
Be huge.
No doubt.
Not to mention, when you're on bottom, that takes some energy out of you on bottom. Fishback 3-3 in Big Ten duels. As I mentioned, he's in some tight matches. In sudden victory, 4-1 scores. Lost to Max McAnally and Angelo Ferrari, so he's right there with the best in the country. He's ranked 8th himself. Now we're down to 20 seconds.
Yeah, looking for that cross wrist. Now he gets the tricep on the far side. You know, what you want to try to do is scoop up that near leg. If you can, scoop up that near leg, kind of push him back down. If he comes back up, he can come into the Navy ride there, but they're going to get Fishback for stalling, and I think, to be honest with you, I think you take that.
Absolutely, and with 5 seconds left,
Rocco looking to have an explosive stand-up here right now. Try to get his hips out. Right there, explosive stand-up, hands locked.
And Dylan Fishback gets a takedown midway through the first period and finishes the period on top, over 1.5 minutes of riding time. And that's a big-time effort, Jim.
It was, I also like the decision he made right there. He didn't defer. He said, I'm going to go down.
And your lead.
Yeah, and basically see if I can get out within that 30 seconds. But the second thing about that is you change the optics of the match, okay? If you win, the referee's not going to let you ride for another 2 minutes, okay? So that's why you want to go down in this position, get the quick escape, which he does, and he's maintained his riding time. And to be able to add to that when he's in the top position.
This match is going about as close to perfect as possible against the #1 ranked guy, Rocco Welsh. A takedown, 1.5 minutes ride out, a quick escape, 4-0 for Dylan Fishback, and a top 10 showdown here at 184.
Which also you have, what we've seen here in the like the 125-pound match, 133-pound match, you have Fishback basically keeping a low stance, wrestling about a half head lower. We'll see if Rocco Welsh can go ahead and try to stuff the head, get some sort of angle, some sort of pick. Now, this is really the first time that we've seen Fishback with a good lead with a great wrestler.
Dylan Fishback, 2022 Dave Schultz High School Excellence Award winner. He won Fargo, mentioned a state champ at Aurora High School, back in his home state of Ohio.
Look how low he is, right? Half head lower. That makes a difference. Back in on that shot. Now he's on the inside. Yeah, he's on the inside of the leg this time. Okay, comes back. All right, I think you're better off probably trying to finish it on the inside, but it allows Rocco to square up. Now he's got some work to do just to stay neutral.
Probably going to get a stalemate here. There's that whistle.
You know, what he did do in the first one with being on the outside of the leg, he was able to pop his hips in, come in with an arch, body right there to kind of get his legs closer to Rocco Welsh's legs. And on the inside, he just couldn't do it. Didn't do the same. His body didn't do the same thing to go ahead and try to finish. Just pop your hips in.
Nice shot there from Rocco Welsh.
Squared up pretty well. He's got the head stuffed.
Better defense from Fishback.
I think Fishback is content to stay in this position.
And Jim, Welsh will have choice in the third. He trails at 4-0. History tonight here inside the Bryce Jordan Center. A new record, indoor attendance record, 16,006. Congratulations to wrestling fans for showing up tonight. And there you see the previous record marks before tonight. Over 16,000. And Fishback stays with Welsh.
Yeah, that was
early third period.
That was an interesting situation there because I still think they are on the mat, and if Rocco could have kept on kicking forward.
But in these situations, Jim, I always think about Fishback right now. He's been hit for stalling. What you don't want is to give up a stall call and an escape. Then a takedown could beat you.
That's true because you give up that point, but he's staying with them. So effectively, it's a 5-0 lead and a great mat return on the edge. I agree with you totally, Shane. You don't want to get a stall warning here with this action. I'm looking at the Ohio State corner. They want him to keep him down. And I agree with that. You got to make Welsh earn it. As good as you've been in the top position. That's why the ride out in the first period was just huge, right? Right there.
So riding time is locked up for Fishback. He leads it 4-1. Essentially 5-1 with that riding time point. So Welsh, #1 ranked at 184. He's undefeated, but he's up against the ropes.
Oh, Trump right back in on a shot. That low shot right there. Now he's going to go ahead and try to square up there. It looks like Welsh has an opportunity to score, and he does.
So Rocco Welsh, still plenty of time with just over a minute remaining.
So riding time is not locked.
Yep, riding time is locked up. Collar tie there from Rocco Welsh.
Remember, Fishback has been called for stalling, so he's got to stay right there in the middle. He don't want to give one up in the middle.
So our graphic was incorrect. Riding time now is locked up. Now it's locked up for Fishback. So he's up by 2. A takedown would win it for Welsh. We're inside of 30 seconds. Welsh keeping that pressure on, but can't get through the head-hands defense. Now into a front headlock, trying to spin around, changes direction and gets the takedown on the edge. Rocco Welsh finding a way. Listen to this crowd. 16,000 going crazy. Winners win.